Greetings, my name is Yasin Said. Today I'll be taking the headers and global declaration explanation. Today we are presenting a C++ code for a simple inventory management system for supermarkets. This program allows users to search, view, add, and edit product information. The goal of this code is to make a simple stock management system that bypasses the traditional, laborious, and manual way of the past, and instead provide a simple program that is free from human error, saves time, and improves workflow. For this slide, we are going to be focusing on adding libraries. All of these are libraries that we needed to execute our program, and if one of them is missing, it means certain functions will not work. For example, if we included the IO stream. So if you wanted to use cin and cout, we have to include this one, and so on and so forth. So that's why, like, if you have a single one of these missed, our program will not work the way it was intended to work. This is a must in the beginning. In this slide, we have the standard namespace. We declare using namespace std. We do this because it's much easier to do this than instead of declaring it over and over and over again, and sometimes we might make a mistake and forget about it. So instead we use this using namespace std, and we declared it in the beginning to make things easier. In this slide, we have a structure called product. Inside this product structure, we give it 4 data members, including integer, and we name that integer id, and then we have a string and we call it name, and then we have a double and we call it price, and last but not least we have integer, which we called quantity. This is all defined inside the product structure. The stock class is a helper for stock management of products. It is tracking where the information about stock is kept and helps to add, view, and edit products. Inside the class, there are 2 key pieces: stock file and stocking. Those are just names for the files where the stock information is kept. Set stocking allows changing the file name or the temporary stock file, but in most cases retains the default. Get stock file and get stocking are used to get file names when we need them. Now there is this one special instance called global stock. It's like the master copy of the stock class and is available all over the program. It comes preloaded with default names and helps to keep all stock related stuff organized. On this slide, I'm going to be answering some questions. Number 1, what have you learned from the subject? One thing I've learned from the subject is, although computer programming might look complex, actually it's not that complex because it follows human logic and it's not something random, so you can learn it step by step. Another thing I've learned from this subject is, once you learn one computer programming language, you mostly know 70 to 80% of another computer programming language because they also follow the same logic. Number 2, what have you contributed to the program? I've contributed the overall code optimization and debugging, putting all the documentation in order, giving roles to fellow members of the group, and last but not least, setting deadlines for the project. How much time did you spend to develop your parts? I'll say not more than 1 hour a sitting. What are the obstacles you faced during your project? That's a good question. I'll say not that much because my fellow members, they did their part beautifully, so that made it easier on me.
Hello, my name is Amjad, and for this part I will explain about utility functions. The first utility function we have is typewrite function. And this function is simulate typewrite effect by typing each character of a string with a delay. It's used to add visual effects when printing text to the console, providing a more engaging user experience. And the second utility function is add product function. And this function allows the user to add new product to the stock inventory. This function facilitates the expansion of the inventory by enabling users to include new products. And we have now view stock function. This function reads the stock information from file and display it in the tabular format. It allows the users to view the current stock inventory, providing transparency and awareness of the available products. After that, we have search product function. This function enables the users to search for a specific product by its ID and the stock inventory. It helps users quickly find detailed information about the particular product without manually scanning through the entire inventory. After that, we have edit product function. This function allows users to modify the details of an existing product in stock inventory. It enables users to update product information such as name, price, or quantity, reflecting changes or corrections in the inventory. After that, we have stock information function. This function serves a menu for navigating through the different operations related to the stock management. It provides users with a centralized interface to access various functionalities like viewing, adding, editing, and searching for products. Now for the questions. What have I learned from this subject? I learned about C++ and coding because this is my first coding program, and I learned also about how it's related to the other subjects like database and operating system, which we are taking now. For the second question, what have I contributed to the project? I have participated in code corrections and also bug testing. And for the documentation, I did the detailed description of the program. And for the presentation, like what I did now, is the utility functions. For my part, which I have contributed to the project, I did the detailed description explaining like how the project work and the system design, how's the system working, like if you choose number one and if you choose number two, what's going to appear, and also the draft, how much time did I spend, because we are working in this project step by step, like every step took the time, like we are starting for like a month ago. For the last question, what are the obstacles I faced during the developing the project? It's because like we are working step by step, and the work is divided between 5%. So you have to go to negotiate with the group and go working. I think this one is the main obstacle we faced.
Presenting on the stock information and the main function. First of all, the void stock information serves as the main menu for the stock management system. Next, a string choice variable is used to ensure consistency in handling user input. Later on, we can see the usage of setBrief on the stock information to ensure that the title is centered and arranged. After that, multiple usage of the cout function is used. This is to display the choices the user can make. This includes the view stock, add product, edit product, search product, and exit. These are all labeled from the number 1 to 5. This is to show that if the user wants to make the choice, they have to input the number for the choice they want to make. Next, the switch statement is used so that the program can read the user input and select between the case that needs to be displayed. Next, the string to integer command is used here to convert the user input from the string choice into an integer. And after the 5 cases, there's also a default case which will display if a user input a different input other than the number 1 to 5. This will show the user that it is an invalid choice and prompt the user to please try again. Furthermore, in the case function, multiple CLS function is used inside it so that the program can clear the screen and display new content. Lastly, the integer main function is used to call the stock information function, and return 0 is to return the integer for the function. Now, for what I have learned in this subject is how a code functions in a program. Next, I have contributed part of the code creation, bug testing, program scope, and stock information presentation. We work together as a team to prepare the code and split the parts. And we have to constantly keep on testing our code to make sure there is no bug or error so that our code can function properly. And as for the program scope, I divided it into 4 parts: the feature, function, deliverable, and constraints of the program. I put a more detailed explanation into each of the parts. For how long I spent on each part is, it took me about 3 days for the code creation and the bug testing combined, and about 2 hours to document the program scope. And lastly, for the obstacles that I faced was implementing the proper function to ensure a working program. As I am still a beginner in coding, it took me a while to get used to what functions need to be used for which part of the codes.
My name is Fan Jiakang. Now I will explain about the function of view stock, edit product, and search product. View stock is the function to display all the product in the stock. First, open the stock file by using input file stream, if stream, to open the file. If the file cannot open, we display the message arrow opening file. After opening the file, the system will display the logo of stock information and display the product ID, product name, product price, and product quantity in the file. Next, search product is the function use the ID to search the product user want to find. First, the system will display the message, enter the ID of the product you want to search. Same like just now, we open the stock file by using the if stream. After type the ID of the product you want to search, the system will display the message of the logo product file and the information of the product user file like product ID, product name, product price, and product quantity. If the user type the product ID not in the stock, the system will display the message product with ID not found. Next, edit product is the function to edit the detail of a product. First, the system will display the message, enter the ID of the product you want to edit. Same like just now, also use the if stream to open the stock file. After type the ID of the product you want to edit, the system will display the message, enter new name, enter new price, enter new quantity for the user to edit the new product information. Same like just now, if the product ID is not in the stock, the system will display the message product with the ID is not found. Now, I will quickly to demonstrate how these 3 functions work. If the user type the 1, will show the stock information. If I want to change the information of the ID, then type the 3 and key in the 10.
New name, new price, and new quantity.
If the user want to search the product, type 4 and ID 10 will show the information of the ID 10. In conclusion, the things I learned from this subject is how to assign tasks efficiently and learn more about the coding. In this project, I provide source code and I do the screenshot of the program, reference, and appendix part. The time I use to develop my part is 3 days. Last of all, the obstacle I face during the project development is program cannot run. This will take much time to solve it. This is all for me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Cyrus and today I'll be presenting on the user interface as well as the input and output of the stock management system. First up, we have the typewriter function. This function adds a unique touch to our user interface by displaying text in a typewriter-like manner. It also creates a visually appealing effect, therefore enhancing the user experience. Next on the list, we have a set of functions that form the backbone of our user interface. First, we got the add product function. Well, this function allows users to add new products to the system. It prompts the user to enter details such as ID, name, price, and quantity, which then facilitates seamless data input. Second, we got the view stock. With this function, users can easily view the current stock information. It presents a clear and organized display of product details, which then aids in quick decision making. Third, we got the search product function. When you're searching for a specific product, it becomes effortless with this function. Users can input the ID of the product they're looking for, and then the system then retrieves relevant information, which then eases this process. At number 4, we got the edit product. Well, this function enables users to modify existing product details. It also offers a simple user interface for users to update information such as name, price, and quantity, which then ensures data accuracy. To tie everything together, we have an interactive menu function called the stock information. This function acts as the main interface for users, offering a menu of options including viewing stock, adding products, searching for products, editing product details, and lastly, exiting the system. And last but not least, it provides users with a seamless navigation experience, thus enhancing overall usability. Next up, we're moving on to the Q&A section. First up, what have I learned from the subject? Well, to start it simple, throughout the semester, I found that programming takes time to understand and is not something that can be rushed. I learned that daily practices of coding and binge watching coding tutorials really helped me through my journey. Next, what have I contributed to the project? Well, I played a fair role of determining how the UI of our project would look like, and also did a few debugging to help out the overall code production. Plus, I did bits of documentation and handled the video compilation and editing. For the third question, we got how much time did I spend to develop my part? Well, overall, it took me a few days with the help of my group mates to finalize the code. And also on the video editing part, it did take me a few hours to record, compile, and edit all of the videos together. So yeah, that's about my part. And lastly, for the last question, what are the obstacles that I faced during my project development? Since being a newbie in the world of coding, I had to spend a lot of time troubleshooting and going to trial and error in order to get the code and output that I had wanted. So yeah, those are the obstacles that I had faced during my project development. Well, that concludes the video of us. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.